Rodrigo.
Last time that we met, I gave a speech about goals, about looking at the future, analyzing where you are today and how to get there. I consider this my follow-up to that. But let's start where we all started, as little kids. Let's start thinking. When you were a little kid, you remember going to the store or sitting watching television, for example, and you'd see a product, Jell-O or Legos, something along those lines. And you said, that product, that's the one. That one is better than them all. That one's it. I'm only gonna have Legos, or I'm only gonna have Jell-O, I'm gonna have Frosted Flakes, even though there's many alternatives. So, that's Jell-O, for example. Now, the next slide is also gelatin, but it's a different brand. But it looks the same, but no. We wanted Jell-O, we wanted the first one. Because we understood that brand, like, this one is better, cool kids have this one, the losers have the other one. No, it sounds harsh, but it is true, that's what we thought. Same thing with the next example. These are knockoff Legos, they're from China. The next one are the real Legos. They look the same, but we still said, you know, I want the Legos, not those over there that look exactly the same. No, I want the Legos. Okay. So what our parents did was, okay, honey, here, and then bought you the Lego. So they bought you the Jell-O, so on and so forth. They bought what you wanted, what you perceived as being the best. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, I don't know. The second gelatin looked much better than the first one to me, and that was a knockoff. And that's my opinion. And I bet you those Chinese Legos are just as good as these. So what ends up happening is we're man-children in a way. Our parents give in to us as kids, and we think we're making grown-up decisions. But let's think about this. Do we still do this today? We do. We still do this today. We look at things and say, no. I need to get that, or I need to get there. Not over here, but there. And we constantly do this. We drive ourselves for this one thing, close off, this is where I'm going, forget alternatives, forget what's next to us. No. This, right here. That could be a bad thing, it could be a good thing. I think it's a horrible thing. And now, I want to talk about why. We're being dazzled by this darkness. We think we know what we want. We think, this is great, this product is fantastic, or this objective is fantastic. Why? Because we're led to believe that it is, or we buy into it. But in reality, we're more in darkness than ever. We blacked out everything but this one idea. Everything. Legos are the best. But what about the alternatives? Doesn't matter. Legos are the best. And we're dazzled by this darkness. We just love it. And we buy it, and we devour it, and we buy it, and we go crazy, we build these giant things that could have been bought and made with something that was much cheaper, for example. And this idea is what I want to bring into my speech today, which is our careers. We're always trying to be the best. And we know that the best are the biggest, best, most profitable companies, correct? Always, that's how it works. This world works in which I am a student in high school, I go to the best college, and from there I will get the best job, as in, for example, if you're in finance, in investment banking, I want to go to JP Morgan, for example, and work for finance there. Because that's the best, correct? Think about that. Aren't we mind babies at the end of the day? Dazzled by this darkness, that the best is what everyone else perceives, and black out everything that's on the side, just have this objective and not analyze and see other opportunities, because we perceive this as the best and because everyone else perceives it as the best? I think so. So, I want to introduce this concept that I believe in, which is called Life's Top 40. We listen to top 40 music. And we all know that some of those songs are not good, but they're still there. They're still in the top 40 list, and we all jam to them. But we know, man, this is garbage. But it feels great. If you know, and if you know the song, it's like, oh, he's cool, he knows how to dance, oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? That concept. And ideas are applicable to all concepts, not just this one. So, this is what I consider some of the top 40. All these big names, gigantic names right here. Would you not want to work here? Great name, great title. You're supposed to be great, right? It's the best of the best, because that's where the best go. Right? We perceive this as being the peak. What I talked about last time. The peak. This is the top, this is as far as I will go, I need to get here. At all costs, no matter what. Well, that's not necessarily what I think, because this is what you look like. This is what I look like too. We all look like this. We're all trying to get to this one place, crowded, and everyone's perceiving that this is the best thing. This is where I will succeed. This is where I will find happiness. So on and so forth. Whatever your reasons are, you believe this is the right way. This isn't the case of most people. Most people that I know also believe that I think the same way. I need to go to the best company, to get the best job, to get the best money, have the best family, have happiness, so on and so forth. But isn't it the same concept? Isn't it the same Lego concept? And we're buying into this. I mean, you can say, well, Rodrigo, but listen, let's look at the numbers. They are the biggest company. I don't doubt it. They are. They are the biggest company. They are the best option at first sight. You're getting paid a lot of money too. You're getting paid a lot of money in other places, but you block them off. And that's what I'm getting at. We are blocking off opportunities by thinking that aiming high, because what high is, as perceived by society, we're blocking off things that might even be better for our personal development. Maybe I fit, let's say I don't okay fit at JP Morgan, but maybe there's another company that I would be the best, and I would fit 100% in this company. Or we blocked it off, we never saw it, because we started looking at the top. And this is what I want to hammer out. Why are we still acting like man babies, like little children? That's why that picture, that's what we look like every day, every single day, blocking off everything but this one objective. And I think that the opposite of this is being a vision architect, which is what I call it. The Beatles were visionaries. They designed something new, something that was not imaginable before. People thought they were horrible. In England, at first, like, you're nothing. This music is garbage. But they didn't mold into what the music industry wanted. They followed their own direction. They didn't buy into the idea, this is the best way to go. It's the most successful. No, they decided to tread new waters. And we all know what the Beatles are, I hope. We know how history goes. We know what happened. And with this in mind, we need to think of different alternatives. Not the common ones. You say, well, I don't want to go to JP Morgan. I'm going to go Goldman Sachs is number 2, right? No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, okay, let's lower a little bit. No, change the game. Stop playing Monopoly. We're going to play Risk. You know what I'm saying? Change the game completely. Stop thinking about big companies, big money, big success. Little companies with a lot of money have big success. There are opportunities we're all missing out by looking sky high. We're missing it. We're completely missing it. There's companies, for example, have you heard of it? Oh, no. Have you heard of Intuit? Anyone here? Fantastic company. What did they do? They went a different way. What I'm trying to say is, no, don't go work for them. Don't go work there. Be them. They took the initiative. The Beatles took the initiative too. They did something great with something very little that they had. They followed this idea, and they succeeded. Google tried to buy these people for several $billions. They're still holding out. They're still making money. They're still wanted. They held up this idea. They capitalized on it and moved on. Same thing with the next company. We all know the shoe company, right? Nike. It was a group of runners in Massachusetts that didn't have running shoes. So what did they do? They got together in a garage and they started this company. And look where they are now. You could say there's 1 in a million of them, but with that mentality, you'll never have a Nike. And you also never have this next one, that I'm pretty sure most of you have never heard of. Is the one I want to focus on. Emmentaler. This company right here has $880 million in the stock market. It's a small company, you've never even heard of it. For example, there was a group of 3 students from Harvard University. You say, well, it's Harvard. Yes, that doesn't matter. One is they took the initiative. One of them was a doctor, the other was an engineer. Only one of them knows finance. Doesn't matter. They got together, and now they have $880 million in the stock market, and investors that have put their money in there have seen a 200% return since 2008. In other words, they went through a crisis and still made their money. They're no Goldman Sachs, they're no JP Morgan, but they're successful. And you can even say that your future could be even brighter if you don't follow the big companies. They've been here for decades. And they were here because it's the same idea these gentlemen had from Harvard, that they had to start a mutual fund and be successful. Next slide. Sadly, we're running out of time. The whole idea is you have to forge your future. Next slide. Like him. Like him. Like him.
Like him.
It's true. They took the less beaten path. They succeeded. They didn't look at the top. They looked at the top and looked to the side and said, that's my spot. I'm going to make my company go right there and compete with them over there and make hundreds of millions of dollars. So, at the end of the day, are we these man kids, these man babies thinking like children, I want to go to number one because everyone perceives as number one? Maybe you can have your 6-figure salary, or you can have your 10-figure company. It's up to us. Some of you might agree, some of you do agree with me. I believe we should always find the alternative, forge a new path, and succeed. Thank you.
It's always a treat to be the same speaker.